Hello, Flosstube. We're the Real Housewives of Cottage.
I'm Priscilla.
And I'm Chelsea.
And this is Ronnie.
I want to thank Tara for this limo driver hat to start off with. I appreciate it. So I'm no longer a Real Housewife of Cross-Stitch. I'm a limo driver who doesn't get paid. Okay, so thank you so much.
Sometimes an Uber driver.
Sometimes, depending on if traffic's good. We had a ton of questions, so I want to jump into it. Thank you so much for all of your comments. Loved reading them on both last week's normal video, and then we also linked a new Fancy Floss video with Fat Quarter Shop. So if you have not yet, go check that out. We showed tips and tricks about stitching with Fancy Floss. Mm-hmm. All the kind words about Mom's newest release with Kathy. We'll get into. Okay, we're like 98 episodes in, lady. I need you to turn it off.
Bonnie, my son Tanner's girlfriend is graduating today, so I'm getting pictures, and that's what that was.
No, he said it's a long line right now.
What, for flowers?
Yes. Okay, so Catherine wanted to know. Oh, first.
How can you read that from over there?
You got eyes like a snake. That's called being a mother.
And Cash is here. She didn't say anything about him. She was too worried about her hat.
Yeah.
He's right here in the playpen.
He's in the playpen, taking his bath. All right. The link for the fabric bundle that we showed last week, it's called the Kitchen Wovens Bundle, and that has been linked in last week's video, as well as it'll be linked in this week's video as well. All right. Catherine, she dyed her fabric. How do you get the smell of coffee out of it? We use that as an extra energizer throughout the day. We just kind of sniff the coffee. I mean, I suppose you could rinse it and that might do it, but that will take some of the color out.
Yeah.
After a while using it, and when it's out of its bag, it'll start to air out.
Just leave it or hang it over a chair outside or something.
Yeah, right.
Not in the sun though, because that would probably fade it.
Lisa, for the jars, did you use the 28 count that you usually use?
Absolutely.
She's going to be using 32 as her normal, but that would be too small for the...
I don't think so. It would... For the stand?
Yeah.
No, you'd be fine.
Is it called for 28 count?
I think that Kathy always does her things on 32, so I'm not sure.
Okay, we can look at that. Mary Ellen, where can I get the floss flowers? So those are from Fat Quarter Shop, and we can link those below as well. Judy, where can I get black linen?
1, 2, 3 Stitch has all different kinds, so you could do that too.
Yeah, any brick and mortar, any online shop is going to have different black color. If you're talking about black Monaco, though, it's not available. Mm-hmm. She's using what she has had in her stash for a long time. But linen is not
even weave. So.
Yeah, but I don't know what she was asking. Maybe she was asking that.
But the chalkboard fabrics, so there are a bunch of hand dyers that do the different, like, Under the Sea fabrics. I know has some.
Color and Cotton, I think they have some too.
Yeah, so you could get the chalkboard fabrics pretty much anywhere. But I think that black linen is pretty readily available too if you just want plain black.
Okay.
You should at least take your tag off.
Of my... Nope, I'm just going to wear it.
I'm just going to put out my eye with the tag.
Kathy, it's better than my hair.
Yeah.
Love the sheep with the flag behind you. Can you provide the pattern name? This one. Ba?
No, it's something with poppies, right?
Ba's poppies?
No, not any kind of ba. Patriotic poppies with thy needle and thread.
With a needle and thread. People had asked about these back here, if you can see them. This is a Little House Needleworks.
It's kind of crooked.
Kind of crooked. This is the May with thy needle and thread. What are they called?
Wordplay.
Wordplay, sorry. May wordplay. Down here.
In her brain.
She's... No, it's called being a mother. Then down here is May's Lizzie Kate's. It's a small. Mm-hmm. And over there is Country Cottage Needleworks, Thread Packs, the seasons. Sampler
months.
We usually know, okay? She knows. All right. For all that worried, Ronnie had the time of her life at my house. Don't worry about it. She's enjoying
fine,
every
yes.
moment. Yes, she's all good.
She was excited to come home.
She was excited to stay. She asked me if she could spend another night.
Chicken duty. No, she didn't. She ran to the door, like, take me home.
I had my little chickens getting to know my big chickens out in some hillbilly shack out in the yard, and Ronnie would just like sit there. Ronnie wants to go after the chickens, but we learned to not mess with the chickens this week. All right, AR Hunt. I'm wondering how similar Hickory Sticks and Sticks and Twigs is.
Hickory Sticks is a little bit lighter brown. Sticks and Twigs is more blackish.
Gray.
More blackish, grayish brown. Yeah.
Yeah? Is that the technical term? Do you want to just turn your phone off?
I don't know how to turn it off. Otherwise I would. I've already turned it yes.
Ringer off. Connie, what primitive classic color works would you use for Christmas red and greens?
Cherry cobbler.
Yep.
Pine
Mistletoe,
needles.
ivy. What's the ivy?
Pine needles. English ivy.
English ivy's really pretty.
Also, what's that other color that's really dark red? I'll think about it before the end.
Manor red?
Is there a manor red? No.
Oh. What do we use for Lantern Lane?
I use cherry cobbler.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Rita, I have you shared about the quilt behind Chelsea with the denim colors. Yes, this was from a flea market. And it looks
for it $10.
Yeah,
it's a rag quilt.
Denim, but it's just those colors.
And it's regular fabric, so when you wash it, a lot of it comes off. It frays.
All right. Space Claire, when using the Rit dye, does the fabric dry first before you dunk it in the tea coffee, or do you do it when it's wet? When it's wet. I don't know if you're supposed to wear these sideways or front. Okay, sorry. There we go. Crystal, what's the stitch count of the larger sunflower pattern? I don't know which pattern you were talking about, Crystal.
Maybe the jar?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know either because, well, I would know if I would count it, but there's not a chart right now for it.
Yet.
At least I haven't seen it. So, it's...
To be continued.
It's a 5x7 on 28 count.
Okay. Camille, will you ever come to the Northeast for a retreat?
If someone asks us.
Yep. Terry, what are the finished pieces behind you? So we just went through that. And what does it mean when it says it isn't color fast for Fancy Floss?
Don't wash it.
Can't wash it. Miriam, when will you add a goat to your collection of animals? I don't know that I'm allowed to have a goat where I'm at, but if I were able to, I would. I love goats. All right. Donna, did you bring back a gift for Ronnie since she couldn't go with you? Of course. That's why we had to go to Marshall's and Home Goods when we were in Minnesota. So we could go get Ronnie a toy. All right. Kimberly, Chelsea, you mentioned cattle panels. What are you going to be doing with them? I have cattle panel arches now in my garden, and then I'm using them
to tie up her tomatoes.
To tie up my tomatoes. So we staked them with 6-foot stakes, and then we zip tied them up 2 feet off the soil level, and then we'll put our tomatoes up there. So I did a lot of indeterminate tomato types this year, so I'm hoping that I'm going to get a big harvest out of them. Fingers crossed. We planted some of our flowers yesterday. We went flower shopping. I was really excited. But it's like 40 degrees out. Who cares? Yeah.
It's going to be 70 today, but cloudy. It's going to be cloudy and rainy all week.
All week. I just need to get my stuff in. I haven't got my tomatoes in yet. Neither is Mom. We might do some work today if it clears up. We'll see. All right. Danelle, is there a front and back to cross-stitch fabric?
I consider ours to have a front and a back because one side is darker than the other, but I don't think normal cross-stitch fabric does. But that
printed
plain stuff, yeah, that's definitely got a front and a back.
Yeah. Judy, for Chockful, are you dyeing your own Monaco? No. So she has dyed stuff black before, but it kind of shrinks the holes. But she had stockpiled this a long, long time ago. All right. Lisa, where can I find info on upcoming sales? In our description box or through our videos? Fairy Fire, do you have any tips about raising chickens? I would say don't use a heat lamp. Use one of like the Brinzia Eco Glows. They're like a heating plate instead because safety reasons. I would say I did a DIY brooder when I first got chickens, and I would make sure that you get something that's sturdy because you're going to want more, and just to be able to go back to that. And then just make sure that they're safe. They have a lot of room to run and they have somewhere to roost at night. That's it. That's it. Get some books. Fresh Eggs Daily is a group and Backyard Chickens on Facebook. You can follow them on there. All right, Stitching Gal, where do you get the trivets that you guys...
Goodwill.
flea markets, thrift stores. Stacy, have you used any other teas besides black, and would it change the color?
I've seen other people use different color teas, but we have not.
Right, we were just using what we had in our pantry.
The cheap stuff, Lipton.
Rebecca, what ball tip needle did you use, Chelsea? I was using, I think it's a Stitchy Pop needle, I think is what they're called. I've since gone back to the Pat Carson needles, and I mean, they're fantastic. Just Ducky, you mentioned a white floss you love. What was it?
Me?
I don't know. Chalk she loves, which is what she uses on her blackboard.
I use a lot of bamboo. I do use a lot of eggshell from Classic Colorworks.
Yep. That's
But
kind
that's
of a more
cream.
primitive white if you wanted to, instead of like a glaring white, it's more creamy, yellowy.
Toasted marshmallow is good.
Yep. Shabby Sheep.
Shabby Sheep is grayish.
Yeah.
Gray pink.
Oh, sorry. Diana, what colors would you use for red, white, and bloom? That calls for Classic Colorworks, and then there's some DMC, so I'm using the called for. Did you use the called for?
I don't remember.
Okay.
It was a while ago.
Yep. April, are you making changes to the summer ABCs from Little House? Didn't you already do this one?
Yes.
Okay.
It's
On
on
your
my blog. I stitched it last summer.
Yep.
Yes,
So
and
she
then
did make some
there was
changes.
a lot of changes. I changed words. I changed colors.
Yes. Mary, I noticed you sometimes only show 1 to 2 fancy flosses with your project. Does that mean the rest will be DMC? No, that's just what she's using
Right
at that point. Yeah.
When I put them, when they're done, I always show all the colors I used, and it's on my blog.
And for Mania, I might have only pulled a couple of the fancy floss colors, so I'm not having to buy doubles, triples, quadruples. So only in that small section that I know I'll get accomplished is what I pull the colors for typically. Kathy, can you use the loop method with fancy floss? You can.
You can, but I don't recommend it because you don't get the fullest variegation. So I would use 2 strands and stitch 1 stitch at a time to get the most variegation, but some people don't. So you do what you like to do, and yeah.
Terry, Chelsea, have you thought about getting a new pair of jeans? Those were my new pair of jeans. A lot of the jeans that come my size have rips in them, unfortunately. So, yes.
I think they're cute.
I got a new pair of jeans. Sherilyn.
She got a lot of new pairs of jeans.
I got a couple. I have been the same size since I was in high school. So a lot of my jeans were just carryover, or I get 1 pair a year from mom for Christmas because, like I said, I wear the expensive jeans. And then I had a baby, and my body's not the same anymore, so I have to buy like a whole new wardrobe of jeans. And there's nothing more aggravating than buying jeans, I feel like. My butt is big, my hips are small, so like there's a gap, and you just see my butt crack all the time. So I either have to wear jeans.
Not big.
I have to wear, in proportion to my hips, I have to wear jeans
like a size
up to
1.
here, and then my butt crack hangs out. So I got new jeans to go to Texas, and then yes, they have holes in them. No, I have not returned the ones that not purposely had a hole in the butt.
You could have worn those, nobody would have known.
Right. Sherilyn, would you ever use DMC and fancy floss together in a project?
Lots of times.
Absolutely. If you look at a project and you see that the fancy floss is only used for like a couple of things, like an eyeball or you know, the inside of an ear on a bunny or something like that, you can use DMC and save yourself some time and money. But yes, it doesn't matter. Put them all together. This hat is really just okay. All right, that's all I have.
It's hard to be a limo driver.
Yes, it's hard.
Okay, so since we had a lot of other stuff, I didn't bring any previous finishes, but we talked about these back here, so that's kind of it. So here's the small piece from the Star Spangled Swine farm. And this is red, white, and moo. And I finished it the same way I did the carrots and cottontails small with this box that I found at a thrift store. And I had spray painted it with chalkboard paint. And then I mounted the Stitch Again sticky board with batting underneath. And then mounted that onto, I used the fabric from that.
Kitchen wovens?
And that's this right here too.
Okay.
So that bundle from Fat Quarter Shop, I used it there and there. So, and then I added some bows and some daisies, and I stuck a flag in it, and I love it. It's so cute. And that's on there, like you just saw.
On washers and magnets,
Yeah.
sorry.
I only had a little washer. I need a bigger one.
There we go. Okay, sorry.
And then here's the big piece. And this is that door I got at Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure if the wreath is in there straight, but it is straight. So I mounted this stitching on sticky board and then mounted the back of it on that black and white check that was in that fabric. And you can see on the back that I did the washers, and then I have the 3 magnets going on the diagonal because this board is raised up higher. So that goes there. And then I did this, the small sign in a wreath. And the wreath I found at Hobby Lobby, and I added patriotic bows and daisies and a metal flag up at the top. And I mounted it on sticky board, and then I did a piece of plaid, red, white, and blue fabric for the back of that and added some daisy trim around it. So thank you so much for all your kind words on it. I couldn't wait to show you. The sign actually went to the Carlsbad Flower Farm with me and Disneyland. So
you get to see those pictures? Or did you already put them?
I started to put them up this morning, and then I got busy doing something else, and then I didn't put them. So I'm going to put them on Instagram later. But
as soon as I got here, I called her and I was like, hey, you need to get in the car. Somebody has a bench out at the trash that I want to go pick up, so I need your help. So we were trash picking.
Yeah, isn't that great?
But Star Spangled Swine Farm, and then it says red, white, and blue on the small.
So I'm so glad you all love it, and I couldn't wait to show you. And you can pre-order it at a lot of shops, or you can call your local needlework shop and get on the list. But it starts shipping to stores May 30th, so hopefully you'll be able to get it done in time for at least the 4th of July.
Mm-hmm. You can start stitching it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to put this over here. Okay. And with that, you get all 3
right, all
charts.
3 designs.
Just like carrots and cottontails, you get all 3. So the 2 smalls, and the small, the sign, and the, what do you call it, the farm?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Next.
Okay, so we're going to do whips.
Yeah.
All right, you start with yours.
Okay. Again, we kept them in the bags because
There's a lot.
There's a lot of things to do. And I love watching all of your progress on the different things that you're working on. All right, so I started Heart in Hand. This is Mary Making Mini. Merry Christmas. Pink and Aqua. That one will be very, very quick. In my Rila May bag. This one I was working on again yesterday during school pickup, but I started a couple days ago. This is Farmyard Parade by With Thy Needle. I'm doing the woman and the chickens in the basket. So I started the top of her dress, and I got some of the chicken done.
Cute.
You've done this one or no?
Mm-mm. I feel like those were my charts and you took them.
Oh. This wasn't. I bought that one.
Not this one.
Oh,
The
that
farm,
one.
yeah.
I might have.
Mm-hmm.
Ganked it off the table. When we have a mess here, so sometimes my stuff goes to her, or her stuff comes home to me accidentally, of course. Okay, and then I'm so excited about this one. So this was not in my mania plans, but when it came out and Fat Quarter Shop sent it to us, I was like, I have to start it. So this is Little House Needleworks Farm Life. I love it. I don't know that I'm going to do the words at the bottom. I think I'm going to stop after this row. But this is how far I've gotten. What do you
really
feel
cute.
about that?
Yeah.
I do like those little radishes though, so I feel like I need to work them in somehow. We'll see. All right. Last night's start, no, this is 2 nights ago, is Plum Street Samplers Bovania. You've done this one, right?
Mm-mm.
No. Oh,
I did that other one that's the little...
Wilhelmina.
Yeah.
Ooh, my needle is just loose in here. And this is on blue coffee dyed.
Probably gray.
Or gray coffee dyed. And again, I'm just using colors that I have.
I did a blog post yesterday also with all of our mania starts for the second week of Stitch Mania. And the blog post before that was all about the carrots. Star Spangled Swine Farm. The collaboration I have with Hands On Design.
Mary Making Mini 4th of July. This is a heart and hand. And I absolutely love this. So I didn't use the little gold charm that comes with it. You can if you want. But what I did do was I have leftover Floss Swimland that I love thread pack. And so this is a super small design. You can just stitch it right up using those same colors. Okay? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
It's good. Cute.
It's a lot smaller than I thought it would be.
Mm-hmm. And then this is Farmhouse Christmas, Little Red Barn. This was a busy week, so some of them only got like a half hour to 45 minutes. I worked more on this week. Sunflower Sampler by Heart and Hand.
Is that pretty small too?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, that's as wide as it is, except for a little border.
It's cute.
This one got like 10 minutes of a start because I was at soccer and he was whining. So this week was the week from HE double hockey sticks. I'm going to say that. He's teething. He's getting one of his, yep, I said it. He's getting one of his, next to his bottom two front teeth, I don't, incisor maybe, puking nonstop, like projectile vomiting all over every bottle that he would have. So it was just a nightmare. And I called the doctor and they're like, well, it could be teething, but maybe not, but just see what happens. And once it broke through, no more. So puking and pooping just nonstop. It was, I mean, just all over. So one time it was at 11 o'clock at night and I was half asleep. So my like sleep time is from, oh, here's the cat. I'm not doing that again. From 9 to like 12 is when I get my best sleep. And it was like at 11 o'clock at night, he wakes up and I hear the noise and I'm like, oh my God, it's all over my face and my shirt. I'm like, I got to get my shirt off. So I just smeared all over me. I had my glasses still on. I'm not bringing, the cat does not need to be here. Anyways, that's
Everybody
over.
wants to see him, Hunter. Grab him.
Nobody wants to see him.
Everybody wants to see him.
He's an abusive cat.
Right there.
My next whip is Halloween Sampler by Cottage Garden. I don't know if you guys, if you have this or not. This is like a true atlas. Like a straight up atlas. Oh, you're so pretty.
There he is. There's Calvin.
Oh, just cuddle you. Did you see the cat?
Okay.
That is it. My start on it.
I feel like he scratched my arm. Did he scratch my arm?
I don't know. Hold on. He just threw his bink at me. That's what he does now. When he wants to eat, he takes his bink out and he throws, like, whips it at you. Just teaching my son to be well-mannered. Southern gentleman. All right, and yesterday's start was Plum Street Samplers, Jack's Sweet Shop, Wilhelmina. Oh, read a book. Good job. And I'm doing this on some aqua Rit-dyed fabric.
Is that aqua?
Yeah, this was stuff that you dyed. Yeah.
Or is that blue?
Blue, it's an aqua, a type of blue.
Okay.
Alright, that's all I
got. Okay. So, I need my book. Got my notes.
You're a hippo.
On the plane to California, I started the Old Crow sampler from Heart and Hand.
Oh, your monogamous. Wait, what is it called? Monochromatic.
But I don't know what color fabric this is. I feel like we did this.
Yeah, this was that
with brown or something.
This was for the pumpkin spice that we did.
Right. But I had this little piece and I thought it would look cute on there. So
you did this in one plain red?
Yeah. Sticks and Twigs is what I'm using.
Okay.
It went really fast, I think, because it was only one color.
You spelled it wrong first.
Did I? Oh, yeah.
She's like, got a screw on. All right. It was an early flight.
Well,
she had to get up at like 2 or 3.
3:30.
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep, so. Then the next day, we were in San Diego, and I started...
No,
Yeah, it was Saturday.
I feel like you showed that last week.
No, I didn't. You showed yours last week, because you started last week.
Yeah, I thought
This
yours
is where
looked the
Liberty
same.
dwells. So I didn't have very much stitching time at all, and I started the flag up on the top of the drum. Okay, and then for Sunday, I was supposed to start this one, but my fabric was too light. So I came home.
I'm gonna
And
have to restart mine.
I re-dyed. What should I do? Should I do them separately, or should I do the whole thing all in this fabric?
That's awesome. Okay, sorry. We're like, here, this is.
So I re-dyed the fabric. It was dyed aqua and tea dyed already. Then I put more dye in it, baked it, and then I put it in coffee. And I thought, oh my god, it's too dark. It's teal, and I don't like teal, but I like aqua. But it's really pretty. So I'm trying to decide whether I'm gonna do all of them together, or if I'm just gonna. They're so small. I didn't realize they were so small.
You could make. Okay, so you could make them little ornaments and do like a postage stamp tree.
Mm-hmm.
Or yeah.
Yeah, I gotta decide. And
Okay.
I can't decide too whether I want to do pink or if I want to do like a Jolly Holly green.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that was, it was supposed to be started on Sunday, but I started it yesterday. So then that day, instead of that, I started Scissortail Designs Rise and Shine. And we were in the car on the way to Disneyland, and I didn't get very much done because it was bumpy, and so that was my start.
You poor thing.
8 stitches.
How was your
No.
trip to Disneyland?
It was amazing.
Any fun things you went? So somebody said, mentioned to her about the beignets, so she went and got the beignets.
we got the beignets.
What else? Anything good?
Well, we rode Guardians of the Galaxy 4 times. We rode Cars 4 times. We rode Toy Story Mania 4 times.
You met somebody there?
Yes, I met April there and her husband and kids, and it was very nice to meet them. I can't think of what else did I do.
You ate some good food.
We went to the Carlsbad Flower Farms.
Oh yeah, and that's not Disney World, Disneyland. That's when she got into.
It
San
was on the way
Diego.
to San Diego from Los Angeles, so it was amazing. I showed a bunch of pictures on my Instagram, but I'm going to do a blog post, I think.
Okay, next.
Okay. My Christmas list. I started this one night after we got back from the park, and I did a few stitches before I fell asleep. Just the word. And I'm not 100% certain I like the color of the fabric, but I think I'm going to go with it for now.
The only concern would be that car.
Well, I just have to change the colors.
Yep.
But I think the other colors will be okay on that. Okay, and then the next day was America by Blackbird Designs. It's the front one on the bottom. And I do love this fabric. This is blue that we coffee tea dyed. And you can see the little spots of the blue coming through.
Ronnie's getting tired.
I know. She's like, is this going to take forever?
I got things to do. And the sun is coming out. We got stuff to do. All right,
I'm
next.
hurrying. I got all these little things all over. Okay, so the Rise and Shine, I was supposed to start that next day, but I didn't start it because I had already started. Then this I love. Silver Creek Samplers, Freedom Reigns.
Holy crud.
And I'm doing this on, well, it's words. I'm doing this on that planked fabric.
Ooh, this was a different, so this time she started on the top right.
Because I wanted to start with the words. I didn't feel like starting with the flag because I can't decide whether I'm going to do the flag and the barn the same colors of red or if I'm going to change them.
What?
So it's amazing on this fabric. And we got this fabric from the Fat Quarter Shop.
That's a lot of fun. It'll be linked below if you want some. Easy for us to stitch on, which is not something you hear us say unless it's talking about Monaco. So
okay, and then
easy to stitch on.
Yesterday's start was Be Thankful from Country Cottage Needleworks.
And this you were inspired by
Kimberly.
Kimberly.
But remember last week when we got these quilt squares and I said this would be perfect for your floss?
That's what she's doing.
So this sat on my ottoman and there's nothing moving. So, yep. And then I can just pick it up and put it in the bag, the floss in the bag. And
if we can find a way to hillbilly up something, we will. So this is supposed to audition your quilt pieces when you're piecing a quilt together. If we could just slap some floss on it, we're going to do it. So, all right, be thankful.
But it works perfectly. So if you have any of these quilt squares, use it to stick your floss on while you're stitching and it won't go anywhere.
Like down your cat's throat?
My cat's never, I don't have a cat. The cat that lives in the house has never eaten.
Your roommate?
So this is our stitch along PC land that I love. I got more of this done. And I'm using the thread pack from the Fat Quarter Shop with the colors that I chose. And more of these are in stock now. So if you need the floss for this, you can get it from them.
And again, you can use those are great colors to use for any patriotic piece.
But this is what it looks like when it's done. And I already have my finishing all set, so I just need to hurry up and get this finished.
You stitched a lot on that. When did you stitch on that?
On the plane on the way home.
Oh.
Because I didn't have a start for that day because I only took the one start for each day, and then when my aqua fabric wasn't dark enough, I had to, and I stitched on this too when we were just sitting around the pool at Tanner's apartment.
Oh. Yep, she visited Tanner for 2 days, ate some good food.
Yep, we actually cooked out one night. It was great. We went to the farmer's table.
Tanner at his apartment complex has this beautiful like pool area with grills, and they have a dog park. They have dog washing station with like beautiful porcelain tubs to wash your dog in. It's amazing.
But it's so nice to have this book to keep my things in because I've written down like where I've started each chart, and it's been great.
The plane.
And those are available from the Fat Quarter Shop too.
I mean, you're eating a lot of those.
Oh, and then last week I did some more on my punch needle, but I didn't show it to you.
This is Little House Needleworks Bee Garden.
So if I had like an hour, I could probably finish this. And I got to get it done so I can put it out with my bee stuff.
Yes. That's awesome.
But
All
that's all my projects that I've been working on. So let's go with gifts. First of all, last week, right after, is this my chart?
No, it's probably mine.
It's mine. This is her tail decides. Last week, like as soon as we finished the video, this was on the front porch from Gabriel in Las Vegas.
Oh.
And he had found these at Target and he thought that they would be cute for me to mount stitching on. So he was so nice to send it to me.
He was the one that Mom messed up his name and said, no, it's Gabriel. No, it's Gabriel. That's how he will be known now. All right. From Kim and Jennifer, they sent us these.
Leela May Designs.
Yes.
They're putting on the retreat in Arkansas. And they made the project bags, the black and white check one with the cross stitch on it
with these beautiful.
So they made these and stained them and distressed them to mount your stitching on.
So they gave one for each of us and then one for us for a future giveaway. So stay tuned with something like that.
So next week, we're going to give away one of those. We already chose what we're giving away this week. So next week.
Yeah, stay tuned next week. Okay. And then, all right, this goes with this.
Mm-hmm.
From Sharon. Geez, Sharon.
Is that the card for that? The cat knocked. I had
All
a
of
pile of stuff on the table for gifts, and the cat knocked it all off this morning.
And I get here and we just try to start the video right away. All right, so these are from Sharon. These, I'm assuming, are for giveaways.
Yes, she said she would never
Stitch them.
So there's a lot of charts for future giveaways.
Yes.
So that's very exciting for you guys.
Lots of ornaments too. And, you know, little hint. Okay. Next we have from Carlene. Oh, she sent us some finishing fabrics. Beautiful finishing fabrics.
She had won one of our giveaways, so then she made us project bags as a thank you. You don't
Thank
have to
you.
do that, but thank you so much.
Thank you.
The blue one's for you, or she wrote which one? Here's her card.
The ladybug one is for Priscilla. Oh, look at that. That's so cute. And
you
then
get
blue.
the blue flowers. Yes,
Beautiful. Thank you so
cute.
much.
Thank you.
I
We
love
love them.
project bags. Now I'm spoiled, you guys.
Yep.
Spoiled. Yes, this is from Sharon.
Okay,
These are Sharon's.
Okay.
Thank you. Mom.
And Sharon is also stitching our Land That I Love sale, so
You
that's
say,
good.
Mama. Mama.
Bob.
Did you hear it, Bob? He can say bye-bye now. He waves and he says bye-bye. Mom is still Bob. Throws his bink when he wants some treats.
Can you put that with the project bags? Thank
Yes, that's from Carly. All right, and then Tara. Troublemaker Tara, right? Yeah. Can you grab his toy out of there? She sent this wonderful limo hat, so I'm going to be wearing this whenever I chauffeur Priscilla around. And then she sent us, because I said I wanted these, she sent us the spooked charts. I am so excited to stitch these. Thank you so much. And then these travel mugs. Yay!
Awesome. We don't have these.
No, and they're amazing. I've been taking my tea with me to go a lot more now.
Thank you so much, Tara.
And
for the baby.
Music. She's like, give me my toy back. What are you guys playing? And a card. Tara, and a card. We saw the card.
Yeah, the card is so pretty.
Thank you. And Tara, somebody put in the comments that she knows you from her local needlework shops, Stitchins, and that you get her into just as much trouble as you got me into. So I appreciate it that it's not just me. From our Amazon shop, I purchased...
Cash loves Tara. That's his girlfriend.
Yeah. I purchased this for, I think it was like $3.
It's cute.
I got another one coming. They take a little bit longer because I think they come from China. I'm not sure, but I absolutely love this.
I have
So
to order
some
one.
summer decorating for that, just to show you. I updated some more stuff in there for farmhouse decor. From Fat Quarter Shop. Okay, so I've been waiting for these. And I'm not going to keep recipe cards in it. I'm going to keep my seeds in it. Because I've got a seed collection. Mom came over and I had them all spread out. And she was like, oh my God. Look at how cute these are.
They're from Lori Holt.
Lori Holt's recipe
Farm
card.
Sweet Farm Recipe Box.
Look at the inside of that. Isn't it beautiful?
So cute.
Absolutely love it. So stay tuned. Okay.
We'll link those
As
below
always.
too.
A little housekeeping. So for the Star Spangled Swine Farm, Down Sunshine Lane is offering a discount if you buy, I believe, 2 or more items as part of that bundle, like the floss colors or the chart or the needle minders. And you have to use code PCMAY.
All
PCMAY.
capital letters.
All caps.
And we'll put a link there to that.
Woo, doggy. Yeah. All right. Hey, yeah. You can come over here. All right. We had 3 giveaways last week. All right. They want to see you. Everyone said we missed him in last week's video. You wouldn't want to see it. He was puking then too. But we weren't sure. If that's because Grandpa was tumbling them up and down, we're not sure. All right, last week we had from Needle Case Goodies, she's offering the Priscilla's Patriotic Floss bundle on her Etsy shop, and she was so kind to send us one for a giveaway. So, the winner for the floss is, Melinda McCrea, I believe. So, Melinda, if you can, in our description box is our email address. Click there, and you'll be able to email us your physical address.
You have a week to get in touch with us.
Last week's giveaway, she was out of town, so she's going to be sending them in the upcoming week. We've got your email, so thank you so much. We're catching up on everything.
And then there's 2 Land That I Love charts. These are courtesy of Fat Quarter Shop for our stitch along.
So the winners for the first one is Corey Wood. Congratulations, Corey. And then Jillian Mixell. Congratulations. So you can jump in on our stitch along, use hashtag PC Land That I Love. Join us on our Facebook group. Love seeing so many pictures and so many people are done stitching it. So it was a quick stitch for many, many people, not just Mom.
Okay, I'm not done.
No, but everything you said, this is a quick stitch. Like, you got half of that barn chart done on that fabric. I can't believe that.
That went really fast.
Yeah.
So, to enter the giveaways, you have to enter below the video. Not on Facebook, not on email, not on Instagram. It's below the video. And you scroll through a bunch of videos, and the comments are down there. And you need to be a subscriber and like the video to enter.
Yep.
Also, we are going to do a stitch along with the Swine farm. It was just such a funny name, and I love it. So, anyway.
I like the red, white, and moo. I think that's so adorable. Okay, but there will be a stitch along. What's the hashtag
Well,
for
you're
it?
the one that said that, and that's why it became that for the small, right?
Yeah, I love it.
So, the stitch along will be PC Star Spangled Swine.
Yep. PC Star Spangled Swine. If you're not on Facebook, you can also use that hashtag on Instagram. And it's just so you can see other people's progress. You can see their different floss colors or their different fabric colors. He was going to turn it off. But
I've had enough of you two.
Right. And also, if you're scared to stitch on black, do it on the Ada. So you won't be able to
do it on a different color.
Yeah. Absolutely.
She did her stuff on gray, and it looks just as good.
Gray or the neutral tea coffee dye that we do, that one would be beautiful as well because the blues would really pop. I mean, you're not limited to just black. So if you're scared to stitch it, pick a different color. It'll be beautiful. It will be beautiful.
Those charts start shipping to stores May 30th, and then the jars start in, I think, the middle of June. So you'll get the sunflower jar towards the middle of June.
Okay.
As he's got sunflowers in his hands.
Oh, so cute. You say so big.
So we have a lot of exciting things coming up. Someone found our new project bags that are coming, our whip
bags,
tote bags that are going to be available from Fat Quarter Shop that have the same as our shirts on both sides of them. We can't wait for those to be out. They're on the coming soon page, so hopefully those will be out soon. And we just have a lot of exciting things coming up. So we're so glad that you're joining us. And our shirts are still available if you need one of these. And all of our stitch alongs are on the bottom of the video in the down arrow box. It tells you all of our stitch alongs and all the days of the week that we stitch and what we stitch on those days. And we hope that you'll join us for that. And you can follow us on Instagram at Priscilla Blaine, at Chelsea356, Priscilla's2000 on Facebook, and Priscilla's2000.blogspot.com, where I list everything that we use and you can see more of everything that we do. Also, our Stitching with the Housewives group is amazing, and I didn't get to spend very much time there last week, just letting people in when I saw that there was a lot because we were gone, but it was great. So,
it's very positive atmosphere, encouraging people just sharing any sorts of crafts, their decor, anything that they feel like sharing is what is shared in that group. And we so appreciate all of you keeping it positive and drama-free. That's how we like it. Okay, so I think that's all we have for you today. We will see you guys next week.
Okay, and thank you again for all your kind words on the Star
Swine
Farm.
Swine.
I loved it the minute I started stitching it, and I think you will too. So, thank you.
Bye. we forgot that we have a giveaway to do. It was the hat. It was obviously the hat. So we have a giveaway for this week, obviously. Hello. So today's giveaway, there's three
giveaways.
3 giveaways. So the first one is all 3 of them via Fat Quarter Shop, actually. This first one is the Simply Beautiful 25 colors of classic Colorworks hand-dyed threads. So they have a list of their top beautiful colors, and you get 25 of them. These are absolutely gorgeous.
Farm Life from Little House Needleworks.
So that's the one that you saw me start this week. This is by Little House Needleworks. Absolutely beautiful.
And 4th of July Holiday Hoopla from With the Needle and Thread.
Okay, so for this one, you're going to say Hoopla, Farm, Floss. 3 winners. The question you're going to answer is dun, 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 dun. Local shops. We want to do a shop
right.
shout out because
of
the farms.
Yes. We can't talk. We can't think. We can't talk. Sorry.
All right. So we're going to do your favorite shop. So online, brick and mortar, or like Etsy. That's online. Online, brick and mortar. Where do you like to get your stuff from?
Where do you spend your stitching money?
There we go. We do this every time that she has a new release with Kathy because we like people to know where they can spend their stitching money. And people are starting to travel now for summer. So
and it's always so interesting to read. So,
I mean, that was a lot to spit out right there. All right. So farm, floss, hoopla.
Or all.
All.
Okay. So leave a comment, like the video, and subscribe, please. Because we're going to be at our 100th video, and we're going to have an extra special giveaway for that. And then as soon as we get to our 15,000, we're going to have a giveaway of 15 things. So
I did not.
We're thinking ahead.
Thinking ahead. All right. So we will see you again next week. Sorry. Bye.